What's up, y'all? Thank you for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I hope everybody is having a great Christmas Eve. I wish everybody love and light. I'm sending you air hugs from a distance, but nonetheless, be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you know when we have our tea talks. So again, that way you know when we have our tea talks. Okay, I'm not going to be very long because it is Christmas Eve. Nonetheless, I still have my production lights on. I want to be sure that I check in on people who check on me around this time frame. If you haven't gone over to my secondary channel, The Vivid Dreamer, I do encourage you to do so. If you don't know where that is located, go to my about tab and it will be up underneath there, entitled My Spiritual Brim. Okay, so speaking of spiritual, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on. Go ahead and get it, because I've been okay, let me put it like this. I love YouTube. I love YouTube because it's almost like a virtual library. Yeah, so I've been stumbling along things, but I've had this topic on my mind for a while. Only because it was part of my awakening, let alone it kind of just brought me to that place where you have to make sense of things in order for you to be able to enjoy your life to the fullest. So that was a really big influence on why it is I work so hard, I grind so hard. And if you ever see me out and about, typically, if you do, because I'm a person, I love to stay to myself. I'm very introverted. So a lot of the personality that comes across on my videos, it's just kind of like the personality of, like, if this was to be what it is for now on, for us to communicate back and forth, I feel hella more comfortable doing it this way than being amongst a bunch of people. That's just how it is. But nonetheless, I don't know where that came from, but it came from somewhere and I caught it. And yeah, you know, we family, so we can go in and out of conversations. It's cool. I hear the mailman, but I already took all my packages and stuff out. Shouts out to everybody who has purchased from Stella Bistro Foods. They are awesome. Of course they are awesome because I own it. So if you haven't gone through and introduced yourself to my food manufacturing distribution company, I really encourage you to do so. You should definitely support black owned businesses or small businesses, period. But we've hit our 5-year mark. So, you know, a lot of people say businesses and stuff fail within the first 5 years. I'm living proof to tell you, no, I don't see that happening if you continue to educate and want to expand your horizons on what it is that you're trying to put out there to the public. So for the ones that don't know, I do have an entrepreneurship program called the Dream Academy. It is on Periscope. However, I do hold my classes on Periscope. However, Periscope is shutting down. Periscope is shutting down. And so part of me wants to offer that entrepreneurship program to everybody. I'm really big on making sure that I own my own shit. I'm really big on generational wealth. So I'm not really big on wanting to go to certain sites and certain platforms where they're going to take a chunk of my money, where I could put that chunk of money into building my workbooks and my lesson plans and my curriculums furthermore, and being able to put that into like my workbooks and everything like that. Like that 20% expand more. Everything's becoming digital these days. So I know with Zoom you can have up to 100 people in one room. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to offer that to everybody. So be sure that you go to the About tab, send me an email. I will sign you up on the list. I will subscribe you to that list. I really would like to do it between January and February, nonetheless. I already have the workbooks, already have the curriculum, all of that. So being that Periscope is shutting down, I'm not going to shut down. I'm not going to stop. So I love building businesses. I love helping with businesses, and I've been doing it on Periscope for a little while. And then I went into offering it through the city that I live in. So it's helped a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure if you go to Facebook and if you know people personally that I know, they will definitely tell you. So just throw me a quick email. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I'm not a really big person on telling people to put their emails down below. YouTube is not the society to do that shit, okay? So just send me a personal email so that way it can be between me and you. And then I'll build the landing page for everybody to be able to register the appropriate way, and we'll move forth like that. To be real with y'all, to be honest, y'all TikTokers been rocking with me for a minute. So I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I really don't want to charge for the course. Like, I don't want to charge for the tiers, because there's 3 tiers that I've created. Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. So you'll be, the Dream Academy, the program takes you all the way from just thinking of it and it being a passion that you want to pursue, and from there all the way to Tier 3 is business expansion, customer service handbooks, business plans, and all this other type stuff. I don't want to charge for the class. Like, that's the crazy thing. I don't want to charge for the classes. I don't. The only thing I really want to have recycled back into to help continue to grow the community is just charge for the workbook. And the workbook is already done. I already have publishing and everything for that. So that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing. Like, I love what I do. I love being able to take the wisdom that is the result from what I've been through. I was about to say pain, but it's not even pain, because pain phases you if you're not strong. So I say wisdom. Like, that's what I've learned from my lessons, is wisdom. And so wisdom is priceless. It just really all depends on what you do with it. And I have no say so in that. You feel me? So if I have no say so in that, I can at least help guide you. And shit, even tourists need to get paid. So I think I'm only going to charge for the workbook. Let me do some numbers, okay? And I'll throw that out there in the emails when I reply to y'all, because I'm serious. I really love helping to build businesses. I'm very transparent with that. I'm really big on, working smarter, not working smarter, not harder, all of that shit. So, kings, queens, when I tell you, I'm really big on generational wealth. I'm really big on positivity. I'm really big on letting it be known. Like, look, I'm out here doing this, so I don't see everything else. Like, I'm on my own level. So don't take it out of context. But just like today's tea talk, be careful what you idolize. Excuse me. Yes, be careful what you idolize. We need to tea talk about it. Now, I've been wanting to say, talk, converse, debate, all of that regarding this topic for years. But when people are as simple as a 2-piece puzzle, you don't even bother bringing this conversation up. But since we're going to use Zoom as a parallel platform to YouTube, I can reach more than one person. If they're insulted, they can move on. I'm just saying, let me read you real quick. The inner Keisha is coming out. Let me read you real quick for the ones that don't know. You feel me? So we need to talk about what it is, how it is. We idolize things. And so that takes our focus off of what our purpose and journey is. Because now we're just sticking to the vision of what we see someone else doing. Not remembering the plan. And stones make skeletons. Like, you got to think about these type of things. Okay? So there's been a couple of things in my head that I've talked about to myself, yes, to myself, about where I just don't understand. At one point or time when I was trying to build my knowledge on things and trying to understand pretty much where I spend my time, that is a real big reason as to why I'm able to push out so much content. This is the reason behind why I'm able to, just be cool to be who I am, is because I don't invest my time in things that make me idolize who they are, be infatuated with who they are, love them and all that they do and who they are. Now, this can be people you do know or don't know. If I don't know you, I mean, the relevance is right there. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. It's just like the first letter of the sentence and the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the capital letter and the punctuation. Like, you can't miss it. So, that's how I stay in my lane. That's how I elevate on my level. It's because, like, no shade, but I can grow my own tree. It is what it is. So, let's talk about this. Now, the one thing I will say to guide us into this conversation, some people may agree with me, some people may not. Over the years, I've heard people say, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. And when I first heard this, I'm looking at folks like, so you don't believe in Jesus Christ? It's just like, you need to clarify this for me. And so I've never asked that question aloud because I just didn't feel like if someone was to ask me that question, I would feel like that's appropriate. Like the underlining lining there is pretty much like, I would want to be treated like this. So I'm not going to ask this type of question because it carries this tone in my head. So I can only imagine how it can be perceived, So, I've always kept it to myself. Like, what? Like, what? But as time matured with me and I've grown, I've learned that I can understand where they're coming from because spirituality and spirituality, boom, and religion's two different things in my head. This is my reasoning behind this. Okay, remember, think outside of the box. When our ancestors came across spirituality and everything, they didn't have churches. Okay, like I just honestly feel as if like our ancestors at one point were to be commodities to get things done. So owners and masters didn't allow time for them to go to a place where, they had refuge. They had to cover themselves right then and there. So regardless if they were picking cotton, making the dishes, or whatever it is, like, I don't care what time, 1900s, 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, it hasn't always been a time where we as people had an actual establishment that we can go to be able to agree and claim and affirm whatever it is our universe is. You know what I'm saying? That keeps us warm and sheltered and positive, and keeps us from shutting down. It keeps us persevering, so on and so forth. Now, check this out. At some point in time, someone thought it would be a good idea to say, you know what? Let's create an establishment so where we can worship. Now, I understand at some point in time people think that's a good idea because, trends, it happens. But at some point in between worshiping and putting out the gratefulness of the universe, it became an idolization of us listening to one person, and one person importantly, that has that energy of being so profound and so anointed, that now this is the God we listen to be able to trust that everything is going to be okay. But it didn't start in an establishment. It didn't start in a church. It didn't start with you listening to someone in your mind, in your subconscious. You fed yourself this bullshit that this is the person that you're supposed to listen to. TD Jakes did not say you're going to get a car. Did he put his name on the motherfucking title? Do you know? Are you sure? Do you have the receipt? So how is this person going to tell you what you're going to get? How many houses is on your block? How many do you want? Do you want that one? Do you want this one? So how does he know down the line that you're going to get that? A house. Okay, what if you want an apartment? What if you want a condo? Now everybody like going outside cutting the grass. One of my friend's brothers hauled off and told me, he said, yeah, I don't peg you as a type to go out and cut your grass. Nigga, I like privacy. I like having my own. I don't like hearing somebody stumping and doing all this other type of stuff. I don't want to have to fight for a parking spot in my driveway. Yes, I cut my grass. Okay, it's a responsibility, but now, bitch, I got privileges. So, yeah, I don't have to be able to go out here and have to walk in the rain back to my place and hear people's baby kids screaming or hollering and shit. I have sanity and I have peace. So, I'll cut that grass for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But we find these people that we put into position to try to tell us what it is that we're going to get. Meanwhile, this person has millions. He's made millions. He's done little shit to fill the void and taxing. However, if he says you gonna get a house, does that nigga got the key in his back pocket telling you this? I think not. But this is how we turn worship into idolization if we're not careful on what it is we put our attention on. Point blank. Like, gospel industry is just as worse as the music industry. Do your research. But nonetheless, also make it make sense. You're gonna get a new house, nigga. You got the key! Like that. What's up? But if you gonna haul off and tell me you're gonna get a house, nigga, I don't want a house. I want a condo. Try that, nigga. Like what? Yeah. Be careful what you idolize. Go back to the fact of, at some point in time, we did not have time to think about churches and shit to be able to keep our sanity and salvation. We didn't have it. So when the hell did it become a thing of your spirituality being vertical, when at one point it was horizontal? If it's not broke, don't fix it. So what's the point of me taking my attention off of the relationship here, all because you got to pay a light bill, all because you want to stand on the pew and you want your Stacey Adams to be shiny? I don't like what? What? You know, you selling me sermons on a fucking CD? Like, what? Huh? Like, no. No. And sometimes, you know, sometimes, shit, all the time. Every time you buy them little TDJ CDs and all that other type shit, it's just warping your mind to idolize what they're telling you because it's comforting. Do you need a blanket in the summertime? I think not. So why do you feel like you need them to understand how to make your own warmth? You don't need everybody else's words to be able to help you warm yourself up to want to go to the next level. Sometimes you just got to cut out the bullshit. And a lot of the facts of us idolizing things, it makes us succumb to what the reality of what it is that we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get to a point where we just like, oh, us having a paid off vehicle, everything's good on it, the maintenance is up, you know, you did your part and you learned your lesson on cars in the previous years, how to take care of the first good one that you have so it lasts longer. And yet, you know what I'm saying, you over here idolizing sneakers and tennis shoes that cost way more than what it is that you put in on a monthly basis on a paid off car. And that's just gas and insurance and simple upkeep. Like, which one is more important? That's what happens when you idolize things and people that you don't know shit about. You lose focus of priority. If I can twerk my own ass, I'm not gonna watch nobody else. If I can sit here and, you know, do something that someone else can do, it don't matter the fact of I can do it. I'm gonna do it my own way. And that's another video for another time. But when it comes to idolizing, be careful of what it is that you choose to adapt yourself and your time to. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of it like this. Your personal life is an investment as well. And if your personal life isn't on track, we all heard the myth of your business ventures and your business aspect of your life, your professionalism isn't going to be as solid either. Well, take that and apply it internally. If you don't love yourself, how you love someone else? And if you don't know how to love someone else because you don't love yourself, how you gonna teach someone to love you? You're just going to want the same thing over and over and over. And that's not because that's what you know, it's what you're attracted to. You've idolized this so long that this has become all you've known. So now you putting yourself first at one point is a joke in a memory because you didn't take it seriously. So if you love you, invest your time into some things that are going to make you grow versus make you feel as if like you're at a plateau. It's real quick to go out here and you have $1,000 in your pocket, but in between gas and an outfit, food for standing in line for so long, for hundreds of dollars worth of sneakers, one pair, and then the next thing you know, you get an unsuspected bill that needs a deductible that is just as much as what the hell that you went out here and spent all this money on just to get. You had hauled off and went and brought you a pair of K-Swiss and set your ass down. So, get it in line or not. Because let me tell you something. If you don't get it in line in time, you're on your own like Patty, okay? You be all on your own. And then trust me when I tell you, you will be saying at the end, this was not how it was supposed to be. So, I hope everybody have a good, happy holiday. Merry Christmas. Kisses, air hugs. Love and light. Be sure that y'all go over to my food website for Stella Bistro Foods. I will put that all down below. Other than that, I will see y'all the next time we have a tea talk. Peace.